Beloved Masters of Light, it is time for you to take stock, or an inventory of sorts, to allow you to chart your progress, to examine any new concepts that may not serve your highest purpose or enhance your spiritual well-being. Many of you become too dependent on the knowledge, ritual, methodologies, or teachings of others. Answer these questions from your heart-soul center, if you will. Do you trust another's channeled information as higher wisdom than your own? Do you authenticate or validate all outside information within your heart-soul center? Do you constantly seek a new method, a new herb, a new elixir or gadget to accelerate your light frequencies, or to jumpstart your spiritual awareness without your participation? A magic solution, in other words. Are you forgetting that allopathic medicine is an important modality of healing, along with taking responsibility for your well-being and wholeness, along with all the wonderful homeopathic remedies and plethora of mind-body techniques available? There are times when you have reached a critical state within your physical being that drastic intervention must be initiated. You are still in a physical vessel in a dense material world, and something that has been taking years to manifest within your structure to a point it is life-threatening must be aggressively addressed and rectified. We most strongly stress discernment, but we see that you need to understand more comprehensively what discernment means. Humanity has been what might be called a herd state for thousands of years, and so it is a conditioning that is hard to break. It is easier to follow the crowd and the popular beliefs or trends. It is more difficult to make your own decisions, and through trial and error, begin to trust your intuition, even if it means taking radical measures that do not fit within the norm. It is easier to look outside yourself a quick fix, whereby you do not have to participate or take responsibility for your actions. It is easier and more comfortable to blame someone else. How quick you are to jump on the bandwagon of a new concept that promises miracles. Unfortunately, there are many within the spiritual community that are more than willing to profit from your gullibility, vulnerability. But their works, you shall know them. But sometimes this realization comes after the fact, too late. You must validate from within before you make your decisions. I do not wish to sound harsh or suggest that you are not making great progress, when in fact the opposite is true. You are making spectacular progress and momentous growth. But many of you are at a critical point in your transition process. You are being sped along the initiation path, and new knowledge is pouring forth every day. Even though you have many guidelines and theories out there to choose from, you still are a unique human spiritual being whose path is different, whose tests are different, whose perception of reality is totally unique to you. Therefore, what works wonders for another may do nothing for you. What one affirms is a surefire method for healing, balancing, attunement, or atonement may be totally wrong for you, even detrimental. Are you going to live by someone else's values or your own? Are you going to pattern your behavior and project your spiritual truth, or be a clone for someone else? You are one of a kind, and we tell you this time and time again. The Creator sent you forth with the most precious mission to accomplish. It is encoded within your soul as your divine blueprint. Are you going to follow your blueprint or someone else's, thereby leaving yours unmanifested or incomplete? You are your own physician, but your abilities and insights are still in their infancy. Many of you are taking preventative measures by eating live foods that are as pure and unrefined as possible. Hopefully you are paying attention and listening to your body, and know that your thoughts as well as your actions have dramatic impact on your well-being. You are seeking balance in body, mind, and spirit, but you still are exposed to the stress of family and workplace or myriad responsibilities. You still must live where the air chokes and clogs your system, and often your water and food are filled with impurities. Slowly these things are changing, but in the meantime you must be realistic. You cannot retreat from your physical reality. You cannot walk away from or ignore your responsibilities. This is one of the most difficult facets of the ascension process. You have had a glimpse or a remembrance of the perfection from whence you came. More frequently, you are able to tap into that wonderful sense of bliss and the sense of how it feels to be free of the confines of your constricting physical vessel. You are becoming more and more dissatisfied with your mundane life and the constant turmoil it brings. Even the anticipation and relief you used to derive from recreational activities no longer seem to satisfy. Many of you have a strong desire to walk away from your responsibilities, toss aside your job or your profession, which have been more like shackles or a prison. This is not the way of a master, dear ones. You move forward by gradually changing your perception and accepting your responsibilities. You focus on the good, the positive in any situation, person, or circumstance. You radiate love and harmony, whether you're with a group of spiritual brothers and sisters who project unconditional love or joy, or whether you're in a situation where chaos, fear, rejection, jealousy, or power struggles are present. It is easy to be a master sitting on the mountaintop in the serenity of nature, but it is much more important to keep your sense of balance and harmony in the everyday situation of life. Those who cause you discomfort and disease within are your best teachers. They mirror to you what is welling up from deep within to be healed. As you change your perception and begin to radiate pure Christ love in all situations, those around you will change or gradually withdraw from your life. You will have learned the lesson they offered, therefore you will no longer have an impact on your reality. The more you become in harmony with the Spirit, the more harmonious your world becomes, regardless of the chaos that swirls around you. All that I have described is part of the mutating process, the ascension process which is in the progress for your earth and humanity. It is not a steady forward motion process, but an insurgence of energy and new information, and then a time of assimilation, integration, and manifestation. Many of the sensations seem more profound to you at this time, and you may feel as though you have taken a great leap into the unknown at times, or taken a step backward into uncertainty and an intensified sense of vulnerability. But now you should be somewhat accustomed to the ebb and flow of magnified, accelerated frequencies. But when you are pushed to the next level of awareness, it sets off an alarm of varying degrees in your physical, mental, emotional bodies. As I've explained to you, there has always been a great surge of magnified energy showered down on Earth and humanity in the months of November, December, and May. But as your time passes, these surges of energy will happen more and more frequently, bringing in greater and higher vibrations of light. This radiant, crystalline substance of creation has penetrated to your very core and to the core of the earth as well. Envision a powerful electrical current penetrating your chakra system and any atoms, cells, or energy residing there that cannot harmonize to this current being forced out in a great surge. As it resonates throughout your physical vessel, your etheric web, your emotional and your mental bodies, it collects and carries with it the dark atoms of impacted energies that cannot harmonize or attune to this higher frequency. Now envision your auric field and see the distortion this creates as this energy permeates, distorts, and clouds your aura, manifesting a sense of being off balance, not in control, and possibly losing your connection to your guides, teachers, and spirit helpers temporarily. This is why you often feel out of balance, spacey, partly in and partly out of your body. It is important to allow yourself a time of assimilation after you have experienced an initiation or have incorporated a new vibratory level. You may feel the need to retreat into solitude or spend time out in nature and take a break from reading, seeking, or even meditation in order to allow yourself time to integrate and become accustomed to your elevated sense of awareness. Many are speaking of the crystalline energy that is being activated within your earth in the ley lines and grid systems. Many are being led to different areas of the earth to facilitate and activate these powerful energies. In the past, we have used the vision of a diamond crystal pyramid in healing meditation and visualization, and others are bringing forth information of great activation of energy around the earth. Allow me to give you some insight as to what is now occurring. Not only are you being infused with the transforming, transmuting higher rays and the refined source God, goddess energy, but there is an internal activation process in progress within your earth as well. At the time your beautiful planet Earth was formed, there were magnificent, sentient, crystalline beings that came from a far distant universe. They agreed to make a supreme sacrifice and therefore were encoded with the divine blueprint for the Earth's evolution and ultimate ascension. They were then installed deep within the Earth at strategic grid points. They resonated frequencies and informations from the cosmos to Earth and back again, and also stored vast amounts of information and energy within their beings. At the final sinking of the great civilization called Atlantis, whereby the Earth sank into density and was cut off from the higher realms by the ring Pass Not, many of these great crystals were shut down and vacated. You are familiar with those that remained active, Egypt, the Great Pyramids, the Atlantic Ocean around Bimini, Tibet, Lake Titicaca, Peru, Palenque, Jerusalem, Mount Sinai, and the Great Tetons, to name a few. Now some of these energy centers, which are also portals, have become so dense and clogged with negativity that they have become the focus of much of the conflict on the earth, particularly in Africa, Egypt, and the Mideast. Others have remained radiating energy centers that have drawn thousands of light warriors to their force fields so that their internal blueprints could be activated. And those who were led by spirit, at times through an inner call that could not be denied, went forth to those sacred vortices in order to assist in the healing and cleansing of these crystalline structures, so that once again they could radiate purely and powerfully the message of the Elohim and angelic realms, as well as radiate healing vibrations throughout to the core and surface of the earth. And so you see, you are experiencing accelerated frequencies from the cosmos, and you are also being affected by the changing patterns from within the earth as she begins to attune to and resonate to her perfect blueprint. As you know, healing begins from within and radiates outward, gaining power and influence as wholeness is incorporated and maintained. I explained some time ago about the beautiful crystal pyramids that are being formed in the etheric, and asked you to begin to visualize these and use them in your meditation in order to more quickly manifest them in the physical. I now ask, if you are willing, that you begin to bring forth from the divine I Am presence a diamond crystal pyramid filled with millions of smaller crystalline pyramids. Envision these being incorporated throughout your being, filling the vacancies left by the dark atoms you are constantly releasing. See them migrating to the areas that are creating symptoms of distress and disease. Place them in all your chakras, glands, and organs. See billions of them flowing through your bloodstream and filling your body down to the deepest cellular level with pure crystalline light. These beautiful, powerful crystals carry the codes of your lineage, your heritage, and your destiny. They carry the power, the will, the joy, all the attributes that you seek to incorporate. You can envision them energized with transforming energies of the 5 higher rays or whatever ray level you are presently incorporating. These crystal pyramids will create a great impetus for your growth, as well as for the transformation of the earth. All over the world, and especially in the Western Hemisphere, these great crystalline energies are being reactivated and revved up. These will enhance and accelerate the healing and ascension of your earth, as well as humanity, with ease and grace. You must have a burning desire to find your truth, beloved ones, and then you must live that truth with every fiber of your being. You must insist on justice for yourself and all humanity, and know that it starts with you. You must live in a spirit of cooperation, not competition, assisting others, validating their talents and truth, while allowing others to assist you and give you validation and credence. A sense of personal responsibility will be the cornerstone of the new prototype communities where they all contribute and benefit, serving the common good. Thy will be done for the highest good of all should become your creed and motto. Your spiritual strength and wisdom is being tested, my beloved warriors. You are at a crossroad. Will you be a leader or a follower? Will you be satisfied with a glimpse of the new age or insist on basking in the full radiance of paradise? We have no doubt as to what your answer will be. I surround and enfold you in a crystalline aura of love and protection. I am with you always. I am Archangel Michael. So be it.